Alright, before we get started, I want to say just excuse the bumminess. I had every intention on making this video, and, yeah, I got home, and I just thought about relaxing. I was getting ready to, just put my pajamas on and call it a night, and then I was like, oops, I wanted to make that video, and, yeah, I already had all my clothes off. I didn't feel like getting dressed again, so here we are, just looking like a slob in a t-shirt. I'm not even standing like I normally am. I'm just relaxing in my chair to record this, so... But there's something I wanted to talk about. So, a few videos ago, several videos ago, I guess, at this point, I made a video saying that if I became governor of Connecticut, I would, one, eliminate the income tax, and two, I would reduce the sales tax. And I had a comment that said, well, how would you recoup these revenues? And then I made a whole video as like a response to that comment saying, well, I don't think you'd have to worry about that at all. I'm pretty sure there's enough waste going on in the state that you could just tighten up the belt a little bit and figure out how to get the money back that you lost from cutting taxes and stuff. So anyhow, I saw this the other day. Yeah, it's dated January 5th. Today is January 6th. So it was literally yesterday that I saw this. And it just kind of supports my claim that I already made that there's a lot of waste and stuff going on. So this thing says, the comptroller of the state, Sean Scanlon, has said that in his monthly fiscal and economics update that for the projected year this year, there's going to be a surplus of $136.3 million and a special transportation fund surplus of 50.3. So I if these are separate, then that means they're talking about a total of $186.6 million surplus, almost $200 million of a surplus. So on the surface, some people might hear that and think, "Oh, that's good. You have a surplus. That's a good thing." Anytime that you're not in financial struggles, that's a good thing. Nobody wants to be financially struggling. Debt is bad. You don't want to have to use credit cards to cover anything. And so you hear that for the state, and it's like, "Ooh, that's good. We got a surplus." I thought there were some of these lines that even kind of tried to... Let me move me out of the way. Oh, yeah, actually, I highlighted it. Never mind. So it's right up here. It says, we must take advantage of that reality that there's going to be a surplus in 2026 and make sure that those struggling with affordability feel the state's fiscal progress equal to the pressure on their wallets. So, it's just like, you hear that, and they make it sound like it's good. But I look at things a little bit more deeply, and I'm like, okay, first off, let's start with this last line that's right here. Hey, I can actually touch it. Cool. I'm like, what does this mean? You're just gonna give, like, more welfare to people that are already a drain on the system? And that means regular people like me, who are working 3 jobs and contributing to the system, get to just possibly struggle more? While people that sit at home all day with every excuse in the world for why they can't work and smoke weed, they're gonna get more benefits because, oh, we have a surplus, so we can ensure that those struggling with affordability feel the state's fiscal progress. Really? That's besides this point. That's just a stupid comment that I really didn't like in this whole article because, that's what the state does. They love to waste money, and that would be a perfect way to waste it, by giving it to people who do not need it because they don't do anything to deserve it. But anyways, in the overall idea, my thing is this. Okay, we're talking about how we have a surplus, but why do we have a surplus? There's many reasons that I can think of that could be going on here that I'm not a fan of. One is, are we being overtaxed? Is that why the state is getting so much extra money? Because our taxes are so high that they're basically stealing from us and then bragging about it? Oh, guess what? We're going to have a surplus of $136 million. Okay, well, if some of that's my money, I'd like it back, please. I mean, my water bill and trash bill just came up. Those are both pretty expensive. I could use my own money to pay for it. I don't need my money sitting in a state bank account or wherever this is sitting, just sitting there so they can brag about it. Second, I think if there is a surplus like this, obviously there's a budget. So, where did the budget come from? Was the budget over allocated? Like, I don't even know where the money would even come from. Obviously, there's taxes and stuff. Is there a federal portion as well? Did we take too much from the federal that we didn't have to worry about doing? Maybe give it back. The government isn't... The federal government, I should say, is in very deep debt. So if we don't need all this money, give it back. if other states are in this situation too, give it back. But regardless, what I was really trying to get at, this was just a little, like, I don't know, prequel that I was just thinking, but the thing I was really going to say is, does this mean that we cut back on things? Is there a surplus because we cut back on other services and freed up some money to things that are less important? And if so, what were those? If it was cutbacks in, like, welfare and SNAP and EBT benefits to people, okay, fine, I can get behind that. Get a job if you want your life to be better. Don't just try to mooch off the system. But if you're over here cutting hospital funding and schools and such, that's not right. You know, those should be properly funded. And if there's extra money, especially schools, that money should be given to the schools then. Make the schools better, get up-to-date books and computers and stuff, pay the teachers more. You know, maybe pay for security at the schools. Then you don't have to worry about school shootings all the time if you have proper security and security measures like metal detectors and what have you that can be installed with all this extra money instead of just bragging about it that we have it. I don't know. That's something I think about too. And then the last thing I think about is, again, government likes to waste money. So if we have a surplus, I don't know why I can't talk today, of $136.3 million, what's that going to be used on? What's it going to end up getting wasted on? Because that's how it's going to be used. It's just going to be wasted. What are they going to waste it on? Oh, hey, we have all this money. Let's, repave this strip of highway that's, like, perfectly brand new, but because we have the money, might as well redo it, right? Or let's work on this bridge that was just finished assembly last year, but since we have all this money, might as well do it, right? Or, hey, we're a blue state and we like to cry about everything that Republicans do. Let's sue Trump for X, Y, and Z. Like, what is this money going to get wasted on? It might sound cool to brag about, oh, we're going to have a surplus of pushing $200 million, but, I don't know. I just see it as there's a lot of reasons that aren't so attractive as to why that could be a thing. And if none of that is true, none of these, like, conspiracy theory ideas are true, and say nothing did get cut, and they're not going to waste it wildly, and we're not being taxed too much, well then, there's still a reason why there's a surplus. Why do you have extra for? If you're a citizen and you have a nice robust savings account, that means you make enough money that you can save extra. But that's good for you to save extra. What does a state need to be saving extra for? Where did they get it from? At the end of the day, it means us, the taxpayers. You're stealing it from us. So if you can get this huge amount of surplus, why not trim back a little on the taxes that you're getting from everybody? Cut back your tax rates and stuff, like I already said I would do, and make everyone's life a little better. And at the end of the day, you can probably still have a surplus. It just won't be as robust. Instead of pushing 200 million, maybe it would be pushing only 50 million, maybe only 20 million. But it's still something. It's still a surplus means that everything's covered, and this is still your extra on top of that. Nothing wrong with a 20 million surplus. We don't need a 200 million surplus. And at the same time, everyone else can get a little bit more of their money back, and everyone else can be living a better life. It's funny because they say that right here, we need to make sure that those who are struggling can, feel the state's fiscal progress. Okay, well, if you cut back on everybody's taxes, and you got with the electric company and straightened them out, and got rid of the stupid public benefits surcharge on our electric bill, and dissolved PURA, or whatever that organization is that they have that works with the electric company and all that, then everybody would feel a fiscal progress because they'd have a little bit more money in their pocket from less taxes and all that. So, I don't know. That's just what I think, though. On paper, it sounds cool, but in theory, is it really as cool as they're trying to make it sound? I don't think so.